The NRA has recently released a new ad trying to expand gun rights to more people. Now, if you know anything about the NRA, it's the fact that they want to make sure that every single person living in the United States has access to a gun, even if you're on the terrorist watch list. Well, now they've kind of outdone themselves because Dom Raso, which you're going to see in this next clip, says we should also give guns to people with certain disabilities. Take a look.
Every law-abiding blind individual should be able to have whatever guns they want. And if you disagree with that statement, but you haven't thought it all the way through, you don't take your rights seriously enough. And I'll explain what I mean in a minute, but first, let me back up my case. Do you think because they're blind, they're gonna start shooting in every direction and kill everyone? Fact is, it's been proven that people that lack vision have an increased awareness of their hearing and spatial surroundings. The biggest concern I hear is having blind people carrying in public. Are you envisioning the person waving the gun around or pointing at anybody for no reason? Because that's what it sounds like. As a combative expert, let me ask you a question. Do you think you need to see where you're shooting if someone's on top of you trying to kill or rape you while their hands are slowly squeezing your neck and they're yelling, "I'm gonna kill you"? I didn't think so.
That is literally the funniest thing I've ever seen.
You can't even parody that.
No, you can't parody it.
It's already fun. It's just you just say exactly what that guy said, but just with a fake hair.
I don't want that guy having a gun. He's so like abrasive and like aggressive in that video, right? Like, are you saying that blind people shouldn't have a gun? Are you saying that blind
like
people
saying
are
they shouldn't
irresponsible?
drive. That's like saying they shouldn't drive.
No, but like that's a good point, right? Since their awareness of spatial surroundings has been heightened because of the fact that they're blind, let's also give them driver's licenses and have them drive cars.
Right.
Are you going to take that right away from them? Are you saying that they're irresponsible people? Just calm down, dude. It's insane to say that people who are blind should have access to a gun.
I mean, if you polled this among blind people, it would lose like 97-3, probably.
This is insane.
If they could find the polling place, they would be the thing. They'd have to be able to.
That's a great point.
But what are you going to do? I say you give the gun to the dog, right? And the dog would just tell you, what?
Right. They would support that, yeah.
Yeah, that's what. But I say, hey, you know, Michael, why don't we give guys? You think it's wrong to give guns to the mentally handicapped with cerebral palsy? Have you thought that through yet?
Because maybe you haven't. Maybe you haven't thought that through.
Think it all the way through. Think it all the way through.
Listen.
They don't have all their mental faculties, and they're not really good with their hands. I say we give them a gun.
Blindness is a hideous thing to have to live with.
Of course.
It's hideous because you have no spatial awareness.
That's why.
Because you cannot have a gun or drive a car or get around by yourself all the time. It's terrible. But this is the worst of the worst. This NRA thing, it's a joke. It really, I actually like it. I like it because, you know, I think it's really good.
This is the best anti-NRA ad I could ever think of.
Right, and this is what
to have this guy coming to trying to tell you during your dinner hour in front of your kids that we should give blind people because we love liberty.
No, and because of the organization that does this fucking ad, we have had zero gun measures taken since Newtown.
Right.
Zero gun measures taken since one of their colleagues had their head practically blown off in Arizona because of the group that puts this out, that blind people should have guns. This is what the Congress is kowtowing to. This is far worse than anything that's going on right now is the NRA support of Congress.
When analyzing individual rights, we have to start on the side of freedom. If you jump to a conclusion that strips someone's civil and constitutional rights away without even standing behind your own opinion, then you are not participating in what the American belief is and why we have these rights in the first place. People are dying for these rights, and that puts an extreme amount of value in them. Until you can show me that just because they are blind, they're irresponsible and not allowed to take control of their own personal safety, I will continue to say leave theirs and everyone else's rights alone.
No one's calling blind people irresponsible.
No,
We're
no
just
one
saying
is,
that you need certain, I don't know, abilities in order to fire a gun in a responsible way.
And and the poor blind people can only hear how stupid this guy is. They can't even see how dumb he looks. You know? That's what's it's a further tragedy to this whole story.
People have literally died for these rights. In fact, 30,000 people a year die every year inside America because of these rights with guns, okay? And that's what I'm saying. We need a few thousand more. If we could just get some guns into the hands of the blind, maybe we get some, maybe we hand them out in prison. Come on, people in prison are getting raped all the time. You don't need to know who you're shooting in prison. They're all fucking criminals.
Don't give them any ideas.
I mean, you know what? They might come up with that next time.
And I hope they do, because the more marginal they seem to more people, the better it is for everybody.
And I love how they have like what they consider to be a real nuts and bolts kind of a rugged kind of a guy,
Yeah,
right?
like
that,
Mike.
Yes, that Mike guy who does all the
Ford commercials.
Yeah,
exactly. Hey guys,
that's what it's like. Hey, come on, think this just common sense. Blind people should have guns. What are you, stupid?
Right.